This is not real. He is not real. He cannot die. He is OP and nigh unstoppable. And even when you think he should die, and he's in a predicament where he would die, the movie straight up tells you, no, we're not going to kill him off. Now you could say, Zaffy, plot armor is a thing. We know they want to milk the franchise out as long as they can and make money off this character. I will grant you both of those things. That is true. But there's something deeper here. And let me tell you, John Wick defied one of the more modern criticisms people have with films. In a world where people, especially young men, are angry that movies are catered more to women and women are taking over the shine of men and defeating them and making them look incompetent as fuck in a lot of popular IPs. We have Ballerina, where John Wick came in, stole the movie, and whooped her ass. Literally wasn't even trying, pretty much practically fought her with one arm and still whooped her ass. And you could say, oh, she was wounded and tired. John Wick has fought wounded and tired against 1 billion assassins. That's no excuse. She lost fair and square. John Wick defied the rules of modern storytelling that people hate. This man's defying things on a meta level. This is not just plot armor. This is something beyond, y'all. I'm telling you, feminism's got nothing on John Wick. I love Ballerina, by the way. I love you, Ana de Armas. He's too OP to be real. This is not a fictional character. No fictional character is immune to the rules of modern storytelling. John Wick is. And there's something very interesting about this franchise that you're going to recognize the more you watch it, the more you get an understanding of it. I love the first John Wick movie. It's an instant classic. John Wick 2 and 3, whatever. John Wick 4 is art. That's just art to me, alright? There's so much goodness in that, you just gotta love it. And despite Ballerina bombing, I still liked it a lot. I love Ana de Armas. She can sit on my face. That's besides the point. But the more you watch John Wick, the more something feels off. Something about this world, it feels very systematized. It feels very designed. The world feels like a simulation. Don't leave! I'm serious about this. There's a popular theory that John Wick is just Neo resurrected into a new Matrix simulation. Now, this is a fan theory that's been used either as a joke or people have, created some kind of half-assed theory about it, but no one's going into depth about it as much as I am, because I'm telling you, this is canonical. It's a thing. It's real. And I'm going to prove it. Matrix Resurrections is a sack of shit and does not count here. John Wick is a direct sequel to Matrix Revolutions. I think that's the final film of the trilogy before this shit came along. None of this, two ones where, Trinity and Neo are both the one and they're flying off in space together, ready to fight a new band of robots. Get the fuck out of my face. Resurrections, in my opinion, was a corrupted program simulation that went wrong and berserk. John Wick is the heir to the Matrix. This picks up right after the ending of Matrix Revolutions. What happens? Neo sacrifices himself to stop Smith from overtaking everything. He inserts himself into the center of the Matrix and incinerates Smith. May or may not be dead. Let's just say that. It's highly inferred by the Oracle that we're going to see this brother again, alright? So, what happens? Well, peace between robots and humans is a thing now because of what Neo did in his sacrifice. But what if I told you that some robots were not okay with the fact that a truce was created and humans can choose whether to opt in or out? They still want the heat from humans. So, they revolted, and a civil war between these robots broke out, and the bad robots captured Neo's body, and in the pursuit to control the one, not kill him, they put him in a new Matrix. And remember, here's the thing, in every movie, the one seems to be able to defy the code and bridge the path between human and machine. Machines don't like this. They can't do anything about the one, but they don't want to kill the one either, because he's too unique. He could be a great asset, worst case. So they put him in the John Wick simulation where his wife has died and he's sad and all this, but he's a great assassin and he's ready to take on a world filled with NPCs that are drawn to him. The Matrix is perfectly designed by these new villainous robots as a perfect ordinary world without any corporate rules, like the first world Neo was in, and without any rogue agents like Smith. It's perfectly designed to be for him. This is not a Matrix for everyone. This is a Matrix centered around him. It's built around him. That's the key difference here. So this Matrix is made to keep him occupied but unaware of his true nature. Keep him competent to the point where he can whoop anyone's ass and suffer just enough and lose just enough that he can still make it out on top because he can't die. The last thing they want is this brother waking up, okay? The bad machines discover, obviously, that humans create much more energy when they're stressed or in emotional pain. So they trap Neo, as like a test subject for this, in that loop of depression, violence, and suffering to exploit that. So, the only thing is, there's no Trinity here to balance this out. They don't want Trinity in this life. So they put substitute replacements of happiness that they take away to cause him more suffering, like the dog. You know, they put some allies into his corner too that will later die. Ballerina could be one of these allies down the road. But we know there's different characters that are friends with John Wick that die as a course of this film. The world of John Wick with the Continental is a heavily layered place with all these assassins that exist as a neutral ground with different rules, similar to the construct in the Matrix that was introduced by Morpheus. This white space ground where there are a different set of rules of reality. People can set up armories here, you know, load up, get suits, train, and all this shit. Continental functions as a similar place for assassins, otherwise known as John Wick and the NPCs, that are in here. And everyone in this world knows John. Everyone. He's like the guy. He's that guy. He's the most infamous. Everyone keeps an eye out on him. A lot of people try to kill him, and a lot of people try to save him. He is literally the main character on a meta level. Let's talk about the characters around him. Winston functions as the new architect for the Continental. As far as John Wick's world goes, Winston is the overseer. He's a protector of John. He helps John every which way, and he guides John through everything. He knows about a lot of things. Now, obviously, there are certain people above Winston on the hierarchy, like the High Table, which we're going to get to, but that's what he functions at. Let's talk about the High Table. A lot of these characters make up the High Table. The High Table is basically the replacement for the agents. There are no Agent Smiths here. It's just a table that's governing the world, that's giving John Wick enough challenge without trying to kill him, because they don't want to kill him. They want to be the villains of the story, but only to keep him in the endless loop of violence. Morpheus is in the fucking movie! Oh, this is just a reference and a throwback to Matrix. No, this is real. Lawrence Fishburne plays literally Morpheus if he was a bit more insane. This is a dude who lives in the sewer, an underground world that he's built that's secretly aware of everything that's happening and has overture here and is separate from the High Table, similar to fucking Zion. Instead of a white rabbit, he's shooting out white birds as his communication signals to other would-be agents around. Come on now! There's too many coincidences here. And the reason why I think he exists, because you could ask, why would the robots want to create a Morpheus in this role? That goes against the precedent. Because I believe that Neo, the One, has parts of his consciousness that are forming within the code, aberrations as they're called. And I believe Morpheus is one of them. He's an irreplaceable aspect of Neo's consciousness that's placed here. Similar to characters like Trinity, who is fractured across time, and I'm going to get to that. Trinity is a memory he's chasing when we start off in the story. His wife has died, and he's living for those memories. He's chasing revenge for her and the dog that she gives him as a memory, right? It's all goes back to Trinity. I believe that the female allies that John Wick comes across are fragmented archetypes of Trinity that the Matrix has purposely put in here to keep him psyoped in here. Now, it can also be theorized that she, the ballerina chick, is an aberration, similar to Morpheus, that a aberration that grew as a result of John Wick's consciousness. She's like a young John Wick. She functions as a younger version of himself who's also going against the system. So you could say maybe she was an aberration that grew out of nowhere, that the Matrix is like, what the fuck, right? Then you have this dude. This guy, I forgot his name, he oversees everything. He's literally beyond the High Table himself. You can only find him if you go to a certain point in the desert where the star is brightest or some shit like that. It's some mystical shit. And John Wick goes up to him. This guy can offer you gifts, penance. He can tell you things that are going to happen. He can tell you about yourself. He's the Oracle. He's the Oracle of this film. He's one of my major proofs that this fucking thing is a simulation. It's a Matrix. And then let's talk about the world. The world is a video game. It functions like a video game. There's no questions about the damage and public fights that are caused. This dude has gotten to shootouts in public, on highway traffic. Explosions have occurred in public settings. Like, look at this, bro. He's getting into fights outside of the Continental, too. The only time we see police is in the first film, and they let John Wick do his thing, because they know who he is. It functions like a video game. You go from point A to point B, you're fighting people, explosions happen, people are getting killed. What? Oh, police are going to chase you, give you a court order to come into court? There's going to be a trial? No, fuck that. None of that shit occurs in the video game world. The only rules and governing body that John Wick adheres to is that of the Continental. You can't kill people in the Continental. That's it. It's like the outside laws of the real world don't exist here. The fight scenes, how many mirrored fight scenes are there in the franchise? Fight scenes involving mirrors. This is not an aesthetic coincidence. This is aesthetically something that's been designed. Remember, the Matrix designs the world in a complex manner And there are certain giveaways that Morpheus points to when he's guiding Neo across the Matrix and telling him how things work. I believe this is one of the dead giveaways that we're in a Matrix simulation. Every time he's fighting in a mirrored reality, I believe that this represents duplicated realities. These seeing his own reflection across different realities. I truly believe aesthetically this is built in as a giveaway that this is the Matrix. I believe the Matrix, the robots, design it carefully, and this is one of the commonalities in their blueprints. And let's talk about the amount of times this motherfucker's defied death. He falls off a building clean, survives. Falls down flights of stairs every other movie. Doesn't break his neck, doesn't break a single bone. And that's the thing, he barely breaks bones too. How? He gets hit by cars 7 times. He beats everyone in a fight regardless, even after getting hit by a fucking car. Even after getting shot. And nobody seems to go for his head at the times they need to. He beats everyone, and even when he doesn't beat people, he gets bested several times in the franchise. These 2 assassins are whooping his ass. They're about to kill him when he's on the ground. Stab him up, but they let him up. They're like, we're a big fan, John. We're big fans. Come up, come up. What?! The one time you have this dude dead to rights and you know you have to kill him, you let him up. And this isn't the only time, bro. Kane whooped John Wick's ass. Kane, in my opinion, is the best assassin in the entire franchise, not John Wick, because he defeats John Wick twice and lets John Wick off the hook. Every goddamn time this dude, John Wick, is in any way close to losing a fight, the person literally tells you, the audience, I'm not going to kill this dude. Are you insane? Get up. Live to fight another day. The Matrix cannot have this dude die. Even when he should be killed, he doesn't die. You know why? Because the Matrix does not want this motherfucker to wake up. And, oh, but Zaffy, he does die at the end of John Wick 4. Are you stupid? You think he bled out on those stairs? You think this is real? John Wick 5 is already confirmed. He's back. Now, the only question is the world going to reset when he comes back? Because we know he's Neo. No, this dude's back. Him getting shot to death didn't work. Do you know that quote from Deadpool, they're going to make him do this till he's 90? That's what the Matrix is doing to John Wick, to Neo. They won't let him die. They can't. A being like him, with so much power, cannot afford to be woken up. They need to keep him in a state of perpetual motion, essentially. Fighting and doing all this stuff to distract him. Make him think that he's living a life. And people say, John Wick, man, every movie feels the same. He's just beating the shit out of everyone, killing them. It's all predictable. It's the same thing. It's a repetitive thing. That's the point. Yeah, on a meta level, that's the point. Because the Matrix needs him to be caught in a circular loop where he can't escape. That's how they win. It's meant to be repetitive and circular because that's the way the game has been designed for Neo. Not to mention, the stunt double of Neo, of Keanu Reeves in the Matrix movies, is direct to the John Wick movies. Or some of them, I think. That ain't a coincidence. Him and Keanu Reeves, I guarantee you, are talking like an inside joke, but it's a thing between them. Like, this is Neo. Just in a different world. We know it. I guarantee you there's overlap here, man. That's not a coincidence. He is Neo. Everything about the world indicates that this dude is a main character in a fucking video game simulation. And if you could still say, Zaffy, come on, I don't buy it. This is still bullshit. Let me ask you, what's a better alternative to you? The John Wick series being a direct sequel to Matrix Revolutions, or this shit? Resurrections. You know what the answer is, unless you're a psyop. You know what the answer is. I'm right about this. John Wick is Neo in another Matrix. I have proven it. I don't give a fuck. This is all the evidence you need. Bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are on a mission to take over Hollywood. But the army must keep growing. If you want to suggest video topics to me, or talk about your favorite movies or favorite film theories in a community with like-minded individuals, join the Zaffy Discord now. Link is in the description and the comment section as well. Join us. This movement is just beginning. We're taking over Hollywood, one coke line at a time.